I'm a mildly concerned crusader.
And all that glitters is gold. Oh, shouldn't stop.
First of all, congratulations to the Indianapolis Colts. I couldn't have been any more wrong about them overall. And, you know, best case scenario, obviously for me, is that the Colts are just that good of a team. They're hot. You know, they just outmatched and outclassed the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys' overall talent level just couldn't match up with the Indianapolis Colts today. That's the best case scenario, obviously. And if I were to be gracious and if I were to be forgiving of what I saw, then yeah, I'd basically say, yeah, the Colts were clearly, by far and away, the vastly superior team to the Dallas Cowboys. But, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, the optics of this Sunday were not great. The effort that the team appeared to be putting forward, was to say it was lacking is being pretty charitable. To say that the players looked ready, the players looked committed to winning. You know, I mean, you could say you saw it in little bursts, but those bursts always just fizzled out and, you know, kind of evaporated. You know, this is the first time the Cowboys got shut out since I think I was 16 years old. I mean, that's not great. That was like 2003. So, you know, I mean, I'm not happy with what I saw at all. You know, Dak had a not so great game at the end of the day. But, you know, it wasn't entirely Dak's fault, obviously. The defense just was cold. They were not the hot boys. They weren't even the tepid boys. I mean, our defense got gashed and slashed and just exploited and embarrassed. You know, people couldn't tackle. You know, I'll be the first to admit, I was yelling at the fucking TV, you know, can anyone fucking tackle anyone at all? Is this what we're gonna do? Is this just gonna be, you know, the level of fuckery that I'm gonna have to get used to now? Because, you know, I said in my Colts video that, you know, I was worried that the defense that I saw at the tail end of the Eagles game might carry over into this game, and that would be a contributing factor if we would lose this game, which we ultimately did. And guys, it looks like the defense never refueled. They just looked out of gas. They just looked kind of flaccid and pathetic. Leighton Vander Esch seemed pretty ineffectual at the end of the day. And again, you know, you had players make good plays, obviously. The score could have been a hell of a lot worse. And getting shut out is always going to put a very strong magnifier on all of the mistakes the team made. But the Dallas Cowboys are going to have to figure this one out, that, you know, you are always going to be more judged by your mistakes than your masterpieces. And that's why you got to work miracles, and there were no miracles today. You know, the bad coaching all around, offensively speaking, the play calling was just, you know, there was no adaptation. Yes, the Cowboys were able to get yards. The Cowboys were able to march down the field. The Cowboys were able to maintain control of possession for a good chunk of the game, at least for the first half. But you can't just drop your pants and piss down your leg like that. And you know, speaking from a fan's perspective, that's what it looked like the Cowboys did. It looked like the Cowboys just fucking... I mean, I would say it looked like the Cowboys gave up, but... I mean, let's be real here. You saw that game. I saw that game. Did it even look like the Cowboys were even trying? Did it not look like the Dallas Cowboys were just taking this game off? You can't do that, obviously. You really can't do that. And this week fucking proved it. I mean, now the Eagles beat the fucking Rams, the Redskins beat the fucking Jaguars, things are a fucking mess again. We have to beat the Buccaneers now. We have to beat the Buccaneers. I don't like that kind of pressure going up against a team as substandard as the Bucs, because that's when, words like trap start popping up. So of course I'm not thrilled about the situation, and, I'm going to wear this because I have to own it. I do. I mean, there's no other way to it. I'm going to wear it until it's either happening or it's no longer a thing. And, dude, the Dallas Cowboys can't fucking do that anymore. Ever. Again. Not with this coaching staff, not with these players. I never, ever, ever want to see that again, because that's unacceptable. If I were a part of that team and this were, my old high school team, you better fucking believe I'd have gotten my ass chewed out by Coach Lineweaver. The entire notion of a team like the Dallas Cowboys are to always look like you're trying. And I don't give a goddamn who was actually trying and who wasn't trying. It didn't look like the Cowboys were trying. And, you're seeing fundamental mistakes being made on all sides of the ball. And, again, I'm not saying this is the end of the world. I'm not even saying that this is a catastrophic, occurrence yet. But, nah, dude, that shit just can't happen. So, Overreaction Monday is going to be interesting. But no, the Dallas Cowboys deserve every ounce of ridicule they get from this game. The Dallas Cowboys deserve to be doubted. They deserve to be questioned. They deserve to be, really kind of put in their place, because, coming off a 5-game winning streak and putting up a performance like that, again, the religion I preach is consistency. And, after 5 weeks of good consistency, the Dallas Cowboys just kind of threw a gear. So, not good. Not great at all. And, again, the Colts deserve a lot of credit. They played a hell of a game. Andrew Luck played a hell of a game. Exploited our fucking defense. Destroyed it. Our offense could, move the ball a little bit. Couldn't do anything where it counted. Jameis Olawale, kindly remove yourself from my fucking team. That's not a ball you should ever fucking drop it, even if he caught that, even if we got a touchdown off of that, even if that field goal didn't get blocked. We're still looking at a score of 23-10. So, yeah, no, bad game all around for the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't love anything that I saw. Anything. The best player was still at his worst, and that's disappointing. So, next week, the Dallas Cowboys hopefully will remember to fucking practice this time, because that you kind of need to do that to win. I know the Cowboys practice, and I know that the coaches all got in a room, and Garrett and Linehan and fucking, Marinelli, and they all fucking planned this one out, and they all, didn't work. So, yeah, disappointing. Very disappointing. Very concerning. Very worrying for me. Because even though I do appreciate that the Cowboys were going for it on 4th down, I would rather the Cowboys make aggressive mistakes than passive mistakes. Execution has to be better all around the fucking board. And, it's games like this that really kind of make me nervous, because, the consistency and quality of an NFL team is always very fragile, and it doesn't take a lot to make it, and it doesn't take a lot to break it. And while I have had numerous instances during this year where I was worried that the Dallas Cowboys may have been broken, especially after our 3-5 start, I don't like the trends that I've seen out of this team the last couple of weeks. Especially the tail end of the Eagles game and the entire Colts game. For the last, I'd say, 5 or 6 quarters, the defense has been out of gas. The offense has been flatulent. And, the coaching, play calling, the effort has all been kind of questionable for me. So, the only other thing I will say, and then I'll leave, is that I never want to see players moping on the sidelines. I understand that it's tough to be losing and it's frustrating, but Amari Cooper just sitting out by himself on a fucking Gatorade bottle? No. Dak Prescott sitting with his fucking hand between his legs, you know, he should be looking at fucking plays. He should be looking at fucking, information. Especially if you're talking about middle of the third quarter, there's always a chance. And, all I saw was Dak moping on the sidelines and throwing an interception. I saw Zeke, Zeke had a decent game, but it wasn't good enough. It was just not good. It was not a good look for your Dallas Cowboys. So I don't ever want to see that again. I'll be straight up with you. I already want the coaches on this team to get fucking fired. I already want the ownership to get removed. I already wouldn't mind seeing some players shown the door. But, when you're trying to build a sense of optimism and hope and excitement around a team, this isn't how you do it. And it's losses like this that really put in doubt the ability of the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff to win the big one. So, there you go. Anyway, congratulations to the Colts. Again, played a fantastic game. And Dallas Cowboys fans, whew, I got nothing. Here's hoping next week is better, because we still got to do this. And if I will say this right now, if the Dallas Cowboys find a way to piss this thing away, having over 99% chance of winning this division, if the Dallas Cowboys find a way to piss this one away, I guess that's just, the icing on the turd cake for the ineffectual and incompetent leadership this team has, right? So we shouldn't be that surprised. But, obviously we still stand a better chance of winning it than not winning it, and here's hoping that we get our shit together. Anyway, that's it from me. Have a good one, and I'll see you for the Bucs game. What a fucking year.
You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey, now you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey, now you're a rock star.